What's going on, everybody? Ichi here, and we're back for another drawing video. Yeah, sorry for the late upload, but I've been busy with things and work, and I've been kind of caught up, and I didn't really have time to edit and upload. So yeah, so without further ado, let's get to the video. This drawing, I pretty much drew my characters. I think I had, yeah, in the previous video I had them side by side with their faces. So in this video I basically just continue that and draw an action poses from both of them, like striking one another. And yeah, I mean, I like how it came out. When I was first drawing it, I wasn't really too confident in it, but I just stuck with it, and it grew on me. And I'm just drawing my main character here. I try to capture this intensity of the moment visually, so like his eyes are kind of like widened out a little bit, or like his pupils are barely seen, and his hair is like really fiery and like wavy to kind of match his intensity, and that's what I was trying to go for. But yeah, nice you guys to stick around. See, we're getting more subscribers. That's cool. Because before, like when I uploaded my videos, I didn't really talk in them because I just didn't really feel like doing it, honestly. But now when I make a video, I try to do that because people want to match a voice to the profile. They want to match the personality, I should say, to the channel. And I understand that because I'm on YouTube as well, and I search around and see other videos and people uploading, and I kind of feel the same. I kind of want to see who they are as a person, and what kind of style they have, and what kind of I don't know, just more curious to hear her. Excuse me, can't talk today. Just want to see and hear about the artists, their background and their inspirations. It's just curiosity. So I understand that. And here, when drawing his arm, I kind of blurred the lines by drawing, vertical simultaneous lines together to kind of create this blur. To show that he's like, his arm is in motion. Like he's striking. Also, I got the veins on his arm as well because he's really ripped. Yeah, Hassan is like buff as hell, so that's cool. Also, like the lightning motif, because Yosef, he uses lightning and all this other like weather related things, and he's Hassan is caught up in the attack, but he's fighting through it. That's why it's like has this intensity to him. Working on his arm and his hand. Yeah, I'm getting better at drawing hands. It's like, you just gotta do something like more to get used to it, more accustomed to it. Because before, like, my hands were awful. Like, they were like the hardest thing to draw. But, you just gotta get used to drawing it. Same thing with anything. It's just practice, 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 practice. People say it all the time, and, get tired of hearing it. I get tired of hearing it. You just gotta practice. Like, it's not that simple, because you could be practicing the wrong thing and never advance. You could just be stuck doing the wrong thing. So it's tricky. It's like, what are you trying to practice, and how are you going about it? Like, it's all relative. But I usually try to draw from life, or I use myself as an example, because like with my hand, for instance, for drawing his left hand in that pose, I basically looked at my own hand and try to strike a pose and replicate that, and that's pretty much how I went about it. And that's pretty much how I do the usual thing, and I go about my art process, especially if I can't imagine it and I need a reference, I'll try to do that. But if it's really to the point where I'm drawing a blank, I'll pull up a reference. And that's important too. Using references and drawing from life, that's like the best way to learn. You know, analyzing your surroundings or whatever it is that inspires you, just like kind of analyzing it and look at its outline and see what kind of lines make up the figure or shape and try to replicate that. That's pretty cool. You know, it helps you understand it better and replicate it, draw it, break it down, you know, use the fundamentals of it in your own process or your techniques or whatever you're trying to learn. Moving on to his waist. Now his belt is unique. It's fun to draw because like he's, you know, his shapes are like diverse, so it's like fun to do them. Like his belt has like this round shape to it, and you know, he has more of a, his jaw is like angular, so it's kind of like more what's the word, it's not protruding, but it's more solid. Lack of a better term, I can't think of it, but that's his scarf. He has his scarf that he wears. That's one end of it though. I didn't draw the other end. Drawing his pants. Well, they're not like pants in the traditional sense. You know, they're more of like the Middle Eastern type. Where like, I guess this is made out of like material that's like adapted to the warmer weather. So like, you know, he's not like sweating his butt off. You know, it's like more comfortable, more loose. Because, you know, they're in that warmer climate in the Middle East, so they gotta have outfits that are, you know, suited for that type of environment. Moving on to Yosef here. His name is basically Joseph, but it's like pronounced like the Middle Eastern type of way, Yosef. But that's not his full name. I don't want to say his full name because I'll kind of give away his character, but we could just call him that for now. Yeah, I'm trying to match his intensity for Hassan as well. You know, like his pupils are kind of going, like you can barely see them. I actually slowed down the video speed for this particular video, I guess, to, you know, give it some length to it, and also to kind of slow it down so you can kind of see my hands and my hand in process. You're like, hands? There's only one hand. Yeah, you kind of see, you know, me in motion, so to speak. But yeah, I like how this came out. The inking video is going to be next, where I add the shadows and the blacks, and, you know, give it some more solid form and more contrast. But yeah. Oh, I'm using a new nib pen too. It's a Maru pen tip. It's very thin. It's used for creating thinner lines. Because normally I just use a G pen, nib tip. But I wanted to use the Maru pen, experiment with it a little bit. And I pretty much used it for his Hassan's face. When I was outlining his face, I used that. I think I switched to a G pen for his hair though, because the lines are more bolder and they stick out more. I think that's what I did. Cause I was like really talking, you know, I wasn't looking too hard. But yeah. Yeah, the sword. Yeah, yes, he fights with this kind of like rapier kind of style. The same with the sword. The sword's not like a katana, you know, it's more of like a European weapon. Yeah, I'm just drawing a lightning around the blade as well. Because like I mentioned before, he has like a kind of weather kind of based abilities, or no, well, it's not. that's like a too broad definition, but you know he has ties to that. Like I don't want to explain it in depth, but whatever. He can use lightning. Put it that way. Just drawing the sword here. Like how it came out too. It's like when you're drawing the swords, like when you draw their like hilt and their cross guard, you know, the part where the blade meets the handle. It's like, you know, important to have it kind of look like it's 3D-ish, you know, like it's physical, like it's you can picture from different sides rather than having it look flat, you know. Like Bleach is a real good inspiration for swords because Taikubo he draws them really well. And I remember when I was like coming up and I was like reading Bleach a lot, I used to be obsessed with that. Naruto as well. Yeah, like it was always interesting the way that he drew sword hilts, and they were always so intricate and specific to you know, a specific character. Like they had their own hilt that matched their personality. I always thought that was really cool. And like, you know, the shape would be different and like the designs on it would be different too. And I always thought that was really cool and interesting that he did that consistently. Like each character, especially when each character awakened their own Zanpakuto and they knew the name, the Shikai, they were able to, you know, the sword would change with them. So like it wouldn't be a normal Zanpakuto anymore. It would be, you know, their specific blade. And I always thought that was really cool. Because like, well, I'm gonna get into a Bleach rant. Oh, let me just say my stance on Bleach real quick. Bleach, I used to love Bleach. The Soul Society arc is the best arc in the whole series. I don't care what you say. Fight me, I don't care. The Soul Society arc was the best arc. Saving Rukia, that was the best arc ever. The characters were good, the stories were good, the story beers are like the best part about Bleach, honestly. And it was great character development. I mean, Ichigo developed a little too quickly, but hey, it's okay. It's a shonen, you know. But yeah. And Bleach just went to shit. After they beat Aizen, the show should have ended, in my opinion. Like, cause it concluded. They beat the big bad guy. Like the next arc after that, man, that hurt. It hurt watching it. I tried reading it multiple times. I just couldn't do it. It was so bad and uninteresting. Ugh. Ginjo, he's terrible. And the other guy too, Skishihama or whatever his name is. The other antagonist of that arc is awful. I mean, you know, fans say that the Blood War arc is worth it, but I can't go through it. I can't, man. Bleach has hurt me enough. Okay, guys. The video's wrapping up. Let me know what you want to see next. It's good talking to you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. This has been Ichi, and I'll see you guys around. Peace.